Hi there, and welcome to TCP Universe Pageants, our yearly wrap-up, or I should say end of the year wrap-up for 2024. I would be remiss if I didn't hop on and just show or express my gratitude and appreciation for everyone that has made this past year successful to TCP Universe Pageants, the Pledge Campaign, and the Beauty That Inspires Leadership Initiative. I am Sabrina Pinion, and I am the Executive Director and owner of TCP Universe Pageants, the founder of the Pledge Campaign Foundation, and the writer and creator of the Beauty That Inspires Leadership Program for women and girls. So everything housed under TCP Universe Pageants is on this YouTube channel. So if you've never joined us, or if you've never watched a video that I've posted until now, thank you for watching the video. Would love to have you follow our journey, and most importantly, the journey of the current TCP Universe national and international title holders, which make the pageant and the Pledge Campaign possible. So a little bit of background. The pageant was actually established as a fundraiser and a opportunity each year internationally and nationally for women to come together and be a part of a symposium on the human rights of women, children, and also, of course, under the Pledge Campaign, animals, because we believe that animals, the elderly, children, those with special needs, are very highly susceptible to being abused and are neglected. And so these are all things that are important to us at TCP Universe Pageants and the Pledge Campaign Foundation. The Beauty That Inspires initiative is a leadership program designed for women and girls from all walks of life, not necessarily just survivors only, but all inclusive to women and girls specifically, and the values that we strongly try to instill in the women that come through our program and the girls, and also the values that we try to live by as representatives of the Pledge Campaign and TCP Universe Pageants. So in 2024, what an outstanding year of title holders, both preliminary title holders, state title holders that came to the international event, and women from around the world that invested their time, energy, money, preparation, and planning into joining us to represent their countries, their states, their continents, and to also represent the Pledge Campaign. So I would like to say a very heartfelt thank you and just express such gratitude, because without you amazing women, this organization doesn't happen. And just as importantly, without our liaison directors and our official directors for countries and states, this program doesn't happen. We cannot grow the Pledge Campaign and the message without the directors supporting, encouraging, having events in their countries or their states that provide us with women that want to represent and that want to be ambassadors for the Pledge Campaign. Now, with the Pledge Campaign, these women, both preliminary finalists, our legacies, all of our alumni, our current title holders, what they're representing is an opportunity to encourage, inspire, and equip women and children that are survivors of all forms of domestic violence and abuse. And in doing so, learning and taking the tools that will be instilled throughout the year that are a part of the Beauty That Inspires leadership program. So this is apropos because starting tomorrow, we launch our Beauty That Inspires Blueprint Journaling for the year. We've done this before, and I have a few other podcasts, but the goal is and will be to be more proactive and more consistent with bringing the principles that are a part of the Beauty That Inspires initiative program into weekly videos where we're sharing, growing, expanding the tools that we want women and girls to have in their toolkit to create a life where they can thrive, where they can take the things that have happened to them in the past and utilize it to fuel their future. So our past does not determine our destiny. And so we want to teach women to give themselves grace, the grace that God has given us, give that back to ourselves. So with this being the end of the year wrap up, leave what happened in the past, but learn and grow from your experiences. Assess and reassess on a consistent basis throughout the year so that you can make the most of your opportunities and relationships. This is very important. But for anyone that has been hurt, and we'll talk about this more in session 1, I was going to say tomorrow in session 1, you have to forgive others, but never forget what you have been through, because it builds a strength in you. But have grace for yourself to forgive yourself for not forgiving as quickly as you could have. So if you think about that, give yourself grace and forgiveness for those things that you've held on to. And that will be a part of the first session. This is just a little taste of what our leadership program and what the Pledge Campaign has to offer women and girls. And our event, it's the tools that equip our title holders to take something more than a crown and a sash and develop programs where they're helping people, they're changing lives, even if it's one life that one title holder changes per year, with effectively sharing her story, the story of another survivor, or the Beauty That Inspires initiative program. None of this would be possible without the incredible sponsors throughout the year, especially our international sponsors. I would like to thank the city of McDonough, Georgia, and Henry County for your support, your tourism board, your city, your mayor, your city council. Thank you for the support you have shown for nearly 9 years of our organization. It would not happen without you. Specifically, Cinderella Bennett, thank you for believing in the program, for understanding the program, for literally having those stilettos on the ground in McDonough that also help connect other people to our program and better understand that we are actually a program of value, not just about outward beauty, but beauty that inspires, which is our mantra at TCP. Crossing continents with beauty that inspires. To all of our title holders, all the women that came together from around the world, all of our preliminary title holders, thank you, thank you, thank you, because you make it happen. I hope that you took something valuable home with you this year from the event that was positive. And in retrospect, I hope that it equips you better to be more confident in yourself, more confident sharing your story, your passions, your charitable endeavors with others, and the Pledge Campaign. To all of our legacy title holders that support our events, that support also in sharing the pageant with their personal friends and contacts, that are still representing the pageant and their titles even after the international pageant. Thank you, because that does tell me that it does matter, that you took something with you that was more important than just winning another crown. It was an experience, which is what our event is. To our current international title holders, our Universe title holders, our Transcontinental title holders, I am so indebted and have so much gratitude for the work that you're doing and the way that you are taking the torch for the Pledge Campaign and running with it. Thank you. Those seem like such simple words, but it doesn't happen without the women. It doesn't happen without the sponsors. To all the sponsors that actually help facilitate the opportunity for each delegate, I don't know who you are personally, but from my position as the director and owner of this pageant and the founder of this organization, thank you so much. You are the heroes that I will never meet, because you helped make these dreams happen for the women that participated, and in doing so, made a long-term effect for the future. One of the things that the sponsors and most people never see and hear are the stories of the women that participate. At our event, at orientation, we have the women take part in an anonymous question-answer session. These cards, which have our Beauty That Inspires logo on them, which basically is the beauty that inspires that you are reflected back to yourself. So what you were and what you are becoming, and that transformation that is daily and ongoing. This is our logo. And then you have the wings that give you that air and that flight and that lift So that's very important because wings are a part and establish a part of all of the logos in our organization. So on the back of this card, it simply states, if you really knew me, you would know. So many of the women that fill out these cards anonymously are sharing for the first time something that they've been through, something that may be devastating, that may have been tragic, that they've survived. Maybe it's something that's just interesting about them, and that's a good thing. But for the most part, when these cards are handed back in and we read these cards to the entire group of ladies, it is an immediate connect, because no matter how beautiful someone is on the outside, no matter how much they've accomplished, no matter how much it looks like they may have, the glitz, the glamour, maybe you think they have an easier life than you. Everyone has a past, everyone has experiences. But this is amazing because it connects the women, because everyone has been through some form of tragedy or pain. Pain is inevitable, suffering becomes optional. Your pain becomes the power for which propels your purpose. Your pain becomes your power, which propels your purpose. So the Beauty That Inspires initiative tries to instill in women and girls, through the Pledge campaign, tools that help them understand that no matter where they've been, it does not determine where they're going. And the women that come through our program that fill out these simple cards, part of what they've shared with us anonymously will be shared with other women and girls around the world, so that they too know that they're not alone. Because there are too many stories that are so similar. And even if they're not similar, the emotions, the hurt, the pain, the devastation that comes from those events, that's what connects us. We are more alike than we are different, especially in our pain. So through your pain becomes your purpose. So I want to thank everyone that helps make the event happen, so that we have the opportunity to take the stories of the women that come through TCP Universe pageants and that get involved in the Pledge campaign, a voice for other people, strength to people that we will never see. This is what you help make happen. You help these stories. You help the women that are able to share them. Some of these women are writing these things for the first time, and they've never shared them with anyone, or at least never put it on paper. Maybe never verbally shared it and only put it on paper. No matter what the case, every time it's acknowledged, it's an self-acceptance, it's a forgiveness, and it's about giving themselves grace to let it go, to not be ashamed, and to realize that they're not alone. So TCP Universe Pageants thanks you, delegates, title holders, sponsors. Thank you so much for all the support that you've shown to make this a positive, impactful year. And even if our impact is like one little atom, the atoms add up and create a huge explosion. And in this case, an explosion that helps support, encourage, inspire, equip women and children that need someone to help them find their voice when they are yet to find it for themselves. Thank you. Happy New Year. Hopefully you will tune in each week to learn more about the Beauty That Inspires initiative. And if you have any questions about the pageant, the pledge, or BTI, please feel free to reach out by commenting on the video or on social media, our email, or our website. Happy New Year, everyone. And again, thank you for your support.